welcome to thing and where the hell has Christoph been?
Working.
Working.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Working at what?
So sometimes when Councilman Holtz Marlden needs, some muscle, he hires me to watch that muscle do their job from, across the street or something,
Okay.
and to make sure there's no witnesses.
So you've been working somewhere else,
Yeah.
shooting people or something.
I mean, maybe. If they do their job, I don't shoot it.
Okay. Well, what do you guys fill in Christoph when he shows back up? How do you all get together and talk about the situation?
Do we talk about the situation? It didn't work out.
Sure. That's a question. That's a question.
Maybe we keep it like on the low.
Well, Slab would at least tell him about our recent acquisition in Crowsfoot.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. We moved on someone's turf, and the lost attacked us. That's
Unprovoked.
what happened. But we won. That's the story.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Nothing else.
Cool.
There was minor fire damage, but the
No.
property is safe.
Is
No,
that
my
our
bad.
turf now? Does that...
I mean, kind of. Yeah. What's
Just
left of
making
it
a
is
face,
ours.
guys.
Where are you all while you're doing this? Where is this happening? Paint a picture for me with words.
Wait, what's the HQ?
Let's say we're
This is the hive, no? Yeah.
So
Doesn't the hive have like an HQ or something?
no, that's the trick about the hive, right? They don't have a single
right.
HQ. They have
Yeah.
various shops and warehouses that they kind of work out of throughout Night Market and other places. But they don't have a centralized location.
Cool. Well, there's totally a tannery that we're hanging out in.
A tannery.
It smells real bad because that's what tanneries smell like.
I was about to ask why.
That's I mean, it's the point, right? Like, nobody's gonna be snooping around a tannery to see what they can hear. That's the point. Ain't nobody gonna be there. Except us.
So you guys are
Gas
like,
mask.
are you? I mean, you're in a tannery. Like where? Where are you in the back somewhere, being bathed with steam? Or are you?
It's gross. I don't know. Wherever.
Yeah, and maybe they have a place where everyone gets together and have meals or something.
Okay. So you're in like a mess
We're in the
hall
break room.
in the tannery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Sitting off in some table. Is it mealtime? Are there people around?
Nope. It's like the middle of the night.
It's the
Nobody's
middle.
here.
It's the middle of the night. There's nobody here. Okay, it's just you three, and the lingering stench
Oh,
of hides being tanned.
are we gonna get ambushed right
Yeah,
now?
probably.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, but like, let's be real here. Ambushed in the dark, with no witnesses is better than ambushed in the middle of the day with witnesses.
I don't know. You can use witnesses as shields.
Yeah, but they raise your heat. It's all about that heat.
That's true.
Okay. So you all are gathered around some, like, crappy little table, telling Kristoff a great many half-truths about what's happened. And you hear the sound of footsteps coming up the hall. And
Okay.
yeah, like the door to this little mess hall opens up, and it squeaks open. And there's a guy standing in the doorway, and he's a pretty big looking dude. He's tall and broad shoulders, and he's got like a little jacket on. Well, a big jacket because he's a big guy. Maybe it's a jacket. It's a little too small, actually. His jacket's a little too small. And he stands and he sort of like, waves the jacket back and puts his hands in his pockets. And he's got some like dirty looking boots on. And you can see on his belt a couple of pistols and a knife. And he just stands there for a second and like sort of looks around the room. And he like nods at you three back in the corner. He says, who are you?
I could ask you the same.
Oh yeah, man. When we hear him walking down the hallway, right? Like he opens the door and like looks around.
Yeah.
And when he finally like glances across us or whatever, right? There's just like a pistol pointing at him. But he's cool. So I guess when he says, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let Slab take the lead.
He says so. Okay. He says, yeah. He says, my name's Toad.
That's a shitty name.
Oh, not this guy.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, I kill him. Let's just get it over with.
And this isn't someone we know in the Hive organization, right?
No.
Well, I not that you know of, but you guys haven't spent a lot of time hobnobbing with anybody.
Fair enough.
He says, you Slab?
Aye.
He points at you, Kristoff, and he says, I need you to put that away if you could.
Yeah, I'll uncock it and set it on the table. But I'm gonna like leave my hand on top.
And he like looks back out the hallway, right? And he says, "It's him." And he backs out of the doorway and like backs up. And a lady turns the corner. And she's got on like it's like a sort of a, what color? It's like a really light tan dress on, and her hair's like up in a bun, dark black hair, and she is like dwarfed by Toad. Toad's a big dude, right? But she comes around and she's got like a satchel with her, and she comes walking in and she says, "I'm very glad to have met you." She says, "I'm sorry for Toad. He's a good hand."
I just kind of like still have my eyebrows raised and like, and who, ma'am, might you be?
And she says,
Does no one tell me anything around here? I just like look around.
She says, "Well, you'll be very pleased. in a few moments, that's exactly what I'm here to do, is to tell you all of the things that you might want to know. And she like puts her bag up on the table. She says, my name is Miss Sparrow. I work for our mutual employer.
Very well.
Okay. And she says, Christoph, and Slab, and Ghoul. I have it correct?
He nods.
Well, we've got a few things to discuss. There are some concerns and some information to pass on to you. You're all doing fine work as of now. I know there have been some bumps in the road, and we'll get to those. But first off, I'd like to start with saying that you've all shown a lot of grit, despite difficult times. And I wish you all to give yourself a pat on the back. I know it's a hard job. I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm here to give information. Do we understand? Very good.
Well, yeah.
She says, right,
No,
to the point.
I like the silent treatment. It's a good play for us, I think.
She says, right, to the point. I'll stop with the preamble. And she like opens up her satchel. And she says, first issue is with the kennel. Things did not go as planned there. The intervention of the Lost is a different matter. The first problem is that the Hive would be interested in moving into that area. Establishing some turf in Crow's Nest, in Crow's Foot, would be beneficial for several reasons. We think it's a good thing to pursue, and a worthwhile endeavor. It was good initiative that you tried in the first place. She pulls out a piece of, like a slip, and she says, I have here several accounts of what happened, and a few names on the list who are serving as witnesses for us about the ongoing dealings there. The Crows continue to be a problem, as do the Lampblacks. It appears that the Crows are moving on to different things, which we will get to again. The Lampblacks, now in the vacuum that's been created there, are planning to move on the kennel. That's something that we would prefer to be avoided. But that's not the only thing on the list. Part of what came out of that, and she kind of like looks at Ghoul. She says,
Yeah, I don't look at her. I'm staring into nothing.
She says, the Hive has a strict rule set about who we associate with, about practices and procedures. The way of the world is as it is, and dealing in the arcane is something that might come up every now and then. We understand that. Jeremiah, she understands that. But when your activities start to garner the attention of city institutions that we'd rather not, it would behoove you to step back from those things. I'm afraid, Ghoul, that I must ask for a verbal confirmation that you've received the message.
Yeah. My head slowly tilts towards her. I just nod. And I go back to staring to nothing.
She looks around sort of nervously, and she like scoots into the table, like a chair, across from you. And she says, I hope you understand that I'm here as a messenger. And I'm not here to reprimand you. But as I said, I must have a verbal confirmation that you've understood things.
Okay. So she, like, move inside my field of view?
Yeah.
That what happened? Okay. I think my eyes focus on her, right? And for a moment, it's just anger that she dares speak to me in this way. Well, what's she wearing?
Yeah, like I said, it's like a
Vest? Jacket?
Not a vest. It's like a dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I grab her dress. I pull her towards me, right? So her ear is next to my mouth.
Okay.
And I whisper, crystal fucking clear. I just push her away.
So when you grab her,
Yeah.
and you start pulling her in, like Toad is now like in the room, right? And he is stomping at you, and you say that, and she like turns and holds her hand up at him, and she says, "It's fine. Everything is fine." When you like let go of her, she sits back down. And she says, "That's all I needed. I thank you." And she like straightens herself out. And Toad, like, but he doesn't go back to the door. Now he's just in the middle of the room, and he has his pistol out, but he's just like, it's in his hand, right?
Yeah.
And she says,
That's fine.
She says, I appreciate that. It'll go a long way for smoothing things over with concerned parties. She says, the next issue is this business with Besson. The most important business. As I mentioned, as I've alluded to, the Lost and the Crows have both proceeded in a number of plans. Those plans have converged. Information is telling us that the Crows have contacted with the Lost, that they are bolstering their forces. And we have reason to suspect that communication is going on between them and the Spirit Wardens. This is of the utmost importance.
And the Spirit Wardens.
She says, as of yet,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like they are involved.
Not my fault. That's right. Wasn't me.
And whatever the Crow's motivations are, well, there are many suspicions flying around. I'm sure you can come to several of them. It must be known that a war with the Lost would not merit much notice by the Hive. A war with the Crows would be undesirable, but if necessary, would go down. A war with the Spirit Wardens would be very bad indeed. The three of you are expected to nip this problem in the bud. Without it escalating further.
What did she say her name was?
She called herself Miss Sparrow.
Miss Sparrow. Right. How could I forget? Okay. Yeah, I suppose if nobody else says anything, after we all stare at her, or Ghoul stares off into the middle distance, I guess. But after we're all just sitting here silently for a little bit, I let it stew and get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then I smile. Just say, well, of course, Miss Sparrow. We are three gentlemen, and are nothing if not discreet. I give her like a big fake smile.
When she says so, I am pleased to hear it. I will pass that on. She says, well, you have all of the information I've given you here. I'll leave this with you. And I hope this doesn't garner any ill will between any of us. As I said, I'm passing along information. I am rooting for you three. I am in your corner and on your side.
I chuckle a bit.
It's going to be a very tight corner.
And she stands up and she gathers her bag and she says, now, are there any questions? I don't want to leave you in the dark. And she kind of gestures at Slab. About anything. This is about transparency.
Ask if she's single.
No.
I mean,
no,
that would be more Kristoff.
No, that was old Kristoff. This is new Kristoff.
This is new Kristoff. His only love is his gun and his monkey.
Oh man, my monkey's totally like skittering around in the rafters above us this whole time.
Sure.
Making
The
toad.
monkey asks if she's single.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all sit there silently again.
Slab just kind of... Well, thank you. It's good to know that we've got some allies on our side at court.
She said, well, I'm at your service always. And even if your tone is meant to be sarcastic, I hope that you come around to understand that I am your ally in this. Well, gentlemen, I know you have a lot of work to do, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. She says, I wish you all a good evening. She takes her bag and marches out of the place. And Toad definitely, he's sitting there as she walks by, right? She goes out the door. And he just, hawks and spits on the ground, kind of in your direction.
Yeah, and as he leaves, I yell, good night, motherfucker. And I just let that echo.
Motherfucker. Yeah, cool. The door slams shut.
Cool.
So all of that was to say that I did some fortune rolls during downtime. And yeah, all of that is a situation.
Okay.
You guys did take down the kennel. You moved all the people out of it. Not that there's anything to move back into necessarily, because it was mostly burned. And that the crows were a problem there, but after my sort of fortune rolls, they're leaving that alone. And as it turns out, the Lampblacks are without a home in the city as of recent events. You've heard something about a massive fucking explosion. The war with the Red Sash is blowing up between those two.
Good one.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and they had a brothel that has been damaged almost beyond repair. Worse than you all damaged the kennel, which is why they're willing to try and move on that place. So that's the Lampblack thing.
Right.
And that the Crows have taken in with the Lost to help them for whatever reason. Yeah. What do you...
So wait, how did the Spirit Wardens get involved? Exactly.
Oh.
Well,
Ah!
I may have used some dangerous substance.
Yeah. He drinks some rage essence, and it leaves a trail in the ghost field.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what are you guys thinking plan-wise? Things are heating up.
Yeah,
Indeed.
there's so much we can do now.
So we're still going after this guy, right? Who's
Yep.
taken up with the dudes?
Yeah.
Lost, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could do it.
Yeah, I think we can finally take him out. I think what Slab says is... We only got two choices to go after Besson now. Either we just go and fuck him up in the Lost.
Well, we don't want to kill him, right? We want his information.
Of course, fuck up doesn't necessarily mean kill at first.
First.
And no offense, school, but I don't think the drug plan worked too well. I think now that we've got some leverage with his kennel, or well, what's left of it, the other choice we have, which isn't necessarily fucking him up, is if we offer to reimburse and maybe offer some capital, you might say, to build his kennel back up and make sure no Lampblack's taken over. And in return for that, we get the information and a good cut of any profits he makes there.
Or we rip his skin until he talks.
Well, I think that's the fuck him up option, right?
I mean, yeah, you'd be the expert in ripping the skin off and all that, yeah.
Yeah, you eat children, I torture people. It's...
Well, I think one of those options gives us less heat.
Eating
But
children.
it also costs to starve. So, just saying.
Well, okay, it costs the hive turf. I'm a little okay with playing fast and loose with other people's turf.
Sure, yeah. We still have to fight the Lampblacks.
Yeah, but Lamp Blacks
wanna
are
do that.
pushovers. All you gotta do is be like, yo, Red Sashes, we gonna fight the Lamp Blacks, you wanna come? And they're gonna wanna come.
Sure. Okay.
But if this dude's with the Lost, I feel like if we can get him away from the Lost, maybe by like, what we need is a plan.
Yeah, we're doing that now, dude.
Yeah, let's not
so-
like don't overthink it,
roll?
right? What do you guys
Justin,
want
can
to
I
do?
roll for a plan?
Here's my
Absolutely.
idea.
Oh, what's good?
So he saw you two when we tried to kidnap him the first time, right?
Yeah.
Didn't see me. So I can go in, pretending to be like a benefactor, right? Like, I want to help rebuild your kennel, blah blah blah. Let's go look at it or whatever. And he's like, oh wow, cool. This guy's gonna help me. He likes my kennel, blah blah blah. He's got a cool lordy name because of his dad. Thanks, Dad. Oh no, there's a bag over my head, and these two guys who tried to kidnap me before are doing it again. No.
Hey, that's a
Um,
plan.
Yeah, that'd work as well.
Yeah.
So that seems like deception.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I have a setup. I think.
Now, there's a couple of things. that we need with deception is the method of deception is convincing him that you're a friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the first... Yeah, first what we need to do is find out where the Lost are, right? Now this is all just stuff to happen in the actual after the engagement roll. So we don't need to like figure out this stuff beforehand, right? I'm just going to say, looking ahead at this plan, what we're going to be dealing with. You got to find out where the Lost are. You'd have to infiltrate them somehow, right? And obviously there'd be trouble from both the Lost and the Crows. Yeah, okay. So you want to... Kristoff's going to try and infiltrate at least and convince him that he's a friend.
Yeah.
You said you have a setup?
Yeah, I mean, it could work for either thing. Like, I have a reputation with the ink rates.
Okay.
Right. Would any of them happen to know the location of the lost base?
You might be able to do... Yeah, that would be a different setup plan.
So what if we did some gathering information and we totally have turf that helps with that?
Yeah, so you could do a setup that's its own plan, right? That's a linked plan for social, sounds like.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess I could also, since we're at it, like try to convince someone to write about Kristoff, or whatever identity he's going to assume.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh man, I totally have a special ability for gathering information too. Or discovering locations specifically.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so... Let's roll an engagement for this thing, for this social plan. So we have 1 dice for sheer luck. Who all's involved in this? First of all, this could be pretty short, but we should set loads and see who all's going to be going along with this.
Yeah, I'll go light.
I'll go normal.
I'm not sure slab's really going to be needed for this type of operation, but I'll go normal. as
Just all we gotta do is fail 1 roll and we need you to come in and knock some heads.
well.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. So...
This group isn't lucky.
Cool. So we have a fortune roll, 1 die for sheer luck. Is it particularly bold or daring? Doesn't seem that way.
Nope.
Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors?
I mean,
But
not
a bunch
so
of
well,
ink writes one
yeah.
story.
Say again?
Yeah. Did a bunch of ink writes, well, you can say something else, Lama, but the bunch of ink writes want a story? Not really, to my ear. Oh, what were you going to say, Rama?
No, I was saying it hinges on trusting someone. I don't know if that's complex or stuff.
It's complex for our group.
Yeah.
We have trust issues.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, what would be super contingent is if it's like, oh, you're going to write a story and the Lost are going to read it, and then the Lost are going to react to it in a certain way, right? That's fairly contingent. But getting information about them and establishing a little something about this fake Kristoff character, that's not super contingent. But yeah, it's it's not that they're going to write a secret code in the newspaper that's going to brainwash them and be like, oh, we trust you and you're our friend.
Wait, can we do that?
No. I mean, maybe it would be fucked up and
That's what
weird.
whispers are.
Could make some ink.
Yeah, do
Yes.
some like ghost business or something. I don't know. Yeah, make a deal with demons.
Ghost business is good.
Does the plan's detail
Only-
expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Not really.
So just out of curiosity, would we get dice if these answers were yes instead of no?
Yes.
Guys, we need to think about that next time.
Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? No, not this. Not you just like getting information about them. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Seems like it. Yeah, you have friends in the ink rigs, so that's an extra dice.
Okay.
Are any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? Yes.
When
God
is
damn.
that? No.
Is that extra dice?
That is
Nope.
a less dice.
Oh my god.
Extra negative dice.
So everything's gonna cancel out. There's no real tier thing to consider. So you're gonna have 1 dice.
Here we go.
Tell me, I mean, set a scene for me again, right? Where are you
Shit,
meeting this ink
okay.
rig person?
Yeah,
gonna be
we're
bad.
meeting- Yeah, it's gonna fucking blow. I mean, we're meeting in a public place, like a restaurant. And
There's lots of
it's-
guards around. And witnesses.
I mean,
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bad idea.
it's moderately crowded,
Okay.
and I think the way I communicate to him that I want something is I go to the bar or whatever, and I order a specific coffee. Like, I don't know.
You order a specific coffee. So you're doing
Yeah.
like weird code meeting stuff?
Yeah, he wants a skinny caramel macchiato upside down.
Yeah. I mean, in my head, that's how it goes. But it's an ink rig, so it's probably like, what the fuck?
So you order this like code drink with your buddy there, and he understands.
Yeah.
So what does that lead to?
We
Deception.
sit at a table.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you both just go sit at
Sit
it.
at a table and, yeah, talk.
Where are you at, Christoph? Are you with them at the table? Or are you just in the crowd watching his back?
Yeah, I think I'm sticking with my MO here. I'm across the street, hiding somewhere.
And what about you, Slab? Have you decided that you're...
And it wouldn't. I don't think I'd really fit in at all. There is the trouble. But I guess I'll leave it to Rama. Did you ask me to have like a bodyguard person now, or?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
After
would have.
what happened last time, I want you around.
And Slab's he's got a big greatcoat on. Looks like he's maybe got something underneath it. Tricorn hat pulled down low. He's looking like the tough guy that you don't want to talk to, basically.
Big glasses, big nose, big mustache.
Okay. And so you're sitting in there. So we're gonna have to start in a desperate situation.
Oh, good.
You enter the coffee, it's on fire.
Oh man, I didn't even think about they poisoned your drinks.
Oh shit.
Hey, thank you for giving
Makes
him
sense.
that idea.
Yeah, that is good though. Yeah, you don't notice this right when you order from the guy, but it's not the normal like barista, right? He's got like a hat on down low, and he hands you your attention is grabbed away by something out in the street. You hear like a wagon hit something else, and you like your head turns as he puts with daggers. And he's totally like got like this horrible bandage over his hand that's sort of like got blood spots on it, as if he's been fist fighting all weekend, taking down criminal scum.
Yeah.
And he puts the coffee down, and he's just like, I don't know. He asks for the money, right? He's just like, two, and he just like disappears. He just walks in the back, walks back out the back.
Okay.
So you're sitting down with your friend. And who is this friend?
Let's call him Bronson, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a code name for him. I don't know.
All right. He's already greased up. He's ready to go.
Oh man.
He's got a lovely pair of mustaches.
Yep.
Sure. So Bronson, he sits across from you. Was he like an old newspaper guy? Sort of gray hair.
No, I think he's around the same age as Ghoul.
Okay.
So like mid-20s.
Okay. Yeah, he comes over and sits his cup down. He says, "It's been a while."
It's been just the right amount of time
He says, "Okay."
since last time.
He says, "Sure. What's the deal? You're in trouble again?"
No,
He's like, "After last
never
time,
in
having to bury all that stuff, I nearly got shit canned. I can't."
don't speak so loud about it. Just and I take a sip of coffee.
Yeah. He says, "Okay. Well, so what is it?"
This coffee tastes like shit. Anyways, it's about the Lost. Do you know anything?
He says, "Well, sure. They run the streets trying to kill people like you, I guess. I don't know."
That's it?
They're fucking brutal. Well, what do you want to know? There's not much known about them. What do you?
Something. Where do they gather? Where do they have a place where they stash things? Give me something, god damn it.
Yeah, he says, "For free? You still owe me."
Dude. Fuck, this coffee tastes like shit. It's really bad.
It tastes the same it always has. It's always tasted bad.
No, you should taste this one. It's kind of weird.
He grabs it. He's just like, drinks a big gulp of it. Okay, can we get back to things?
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I told you it's pretty bad. Anyways, it's never free with you. Come on. What do you want to know?
Oh, what does he want to know? Oh, that's a good one. He says, oh, I've got a good idea. I've got a good, dirty idea. He says, word is that things with the Lost have gotten pretty bad. Crow's Foot. A lot of buildings burning down lately.
Oh, so you know. Okay. Yeah.
I know at least enough. I know enough to know
Yeah.
that this is valuable. He says, very valuable, in fact. Right?
Well, hold your horses. I don't know if it's very valuable. Just enough for me to come find you.
Yeah. He says, is it valuable enough to tell me about Roselle?
I look at him, right? I look around, like make sure no one heard, no one's looking.
Yeah. He says, it's
I
fine.
lean over to him. Again with the shit.
He just gives you a piece of paper. And he says, we just need proof of somebody. There's a
I
name.
already gave you a name.
He
Do you
says-
want another name?
He says, there's a name on that paper. Some people are paying pretty good for information about that person.
How much?
Well, you? No. You get what I'm going to give you. He says, if you can give me something that will help me connect that person, and he taps the paper, to Roselle, evidence, a time to be there, anything.
Yeah.
Says,
I look at the name. Whose name is it?
I think it's a high-ranking person.
Yeah, I mean, I think White Crown doesn't like me, so
It's not White Crown. It's not like... Ooh. Okay, yeah. It's a council member. It's not Holtz Martin. He doesn't eat people.
Or does he?
Or does he?
Dun-dun-dun.
It is... Vond... Vond Slain.
Slain.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
That's
councilman named Vond Slain. They want to know, right, does he go to your little parties? And how can you get them information or evidence about that? Or something like that. He says, look, if you can get somebody in the room, even, maybe you can have a guest. Something. We just need to see him. Says, doesn't have to be today. But that's the price. You agree? We can help you.
you drive a hard bargain.
He says,
I would sooner eat my own hand than get a guest in there.
he says, okay, well, I mean, your other option is to get kicked to death one night by a group of crazy men who think that they're superheroes.
Fine. Shake hands.
He says, "Good, good." And he holds up his cup to like give a tink.
Mine's empty, fool. You just drank the rest of my coffee.
And he says, well, more for me." And he drinks the rest. And he puts the cup down. Yeah, and he says, "Well, have a good day." And he goes to like walk out of the place.
Children and your dog. No, I'm just making you feel guilty.
You're making him feel guilty?
No, you for killing him.
Oh. I don't feel bad about him at all.
I tried.
So... Sorry, I just need to write this person's name down or I will never remember it.
What was in the coffee?
Yeah, that's a good question because now we're going to do that. Okay. And as he's headed towards the door, right, you hear like somebody fall over and a bunch of silverware clatter and Slab. You're sitting there and you watch some lady like stand up and look like she's choking, and then she just sort of like collapses. And then somebody else starts falling over, and you hear all this ghoul. And maybe you turn to see them, and you turn back, and your guy is just standing in the doorway, just like perfectly still. Strangely. And what are you doing, Christoph? Are you watching them through your spyglass?
Yes.
Yes, we see him through Christoph's spyglass, his gun scope or whatever. And the guy is just like sweating and he's just like shaking. And he looks fucking horrible. And people start falling out all over the place.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't poison you.
Yeah, they poisoned everybody.
They just poisoned everybody.
I thought these guys were superheroes or some shit.
Oh yeah, they're maniacs. They're whacked out maniacs. Yeah, that's always been the case. So let me find one of these poisons to poison you all with.
You know, there's this really good poison called Standstill.
Stand still.
It's really good.
Well, they're probably trying to kill people, so.
There's like a better version called Stand Stiller.
Yeah.
Actually,
Stand
makes your heart
stand
stand
for-
It's still the same thing, basically.
Stand cold.
Come on, Justin, dust my broom.
Dust my broom. Well, I'm not going to tell you. I mean, you don't know what poison was. It was Black Lotus. Right.
This gets it all really, really high.
Yeah, I mean, it's some murder poison, right? They're trying to kill everybody. I mean, we're in a desperate position, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
It's going to be level 3 harm. You guys can resist it to knock it down to level 2. Can't use armor against it unless you have the special alchemist armor. I guess Kristoff is safe. It's not like it doesn't poison you by proxy by just watching it. So there you go.
Question is, I don't drink coffee. Would they poison the tea as well?
Absolutely, they poisoned every fucking thing in the place.
The chairs, candle.
Stop it, Mason. Yeah, so what are you guys gonna do? You guys gonna resist? It's definitely prowess.
I will resist that. It's just one stress.
So you take level 2 harm.
Yeah.
You're lightly poisoned.
Can I? Yeah. Can I, instead of resisting it, can I drink one of my doses of alcohest, which reverses the effects of any other chemical?
That would require some flashbacking to have had that ready.
I mean,
Do it.
We will say...
Clear stops or reverses the effects.
Right. Well, it stops the reverses or the effects of a chemical, right? It doesn't heal your poisoned body. It doesn't fix your, like, damaged synapses or...
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
But if you want to mark 2 stress, you can roll a desperate action to try and try and reverse it, like have this thing ready in your hand like an EpiPen to like reverse it in the moment.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and what action are you rolling?
Don't know. Guess. Is it finesse? I think.
Seems that's viable. Yeah, you got to be quick on the draw.
Oh,
Yeah, sure, I'll make it finesse.
All right.
I'm not skirmishing with myself, so.
All right. It's
Will stab the violin to my
As much as I wished I was.
yeah. Go for it.
Perfect. Standard. I'll push myself, because otherwise I'm...
Oh, I totally have a devil's bargain for you though.
Oh, okay. See it.
The devil's bargain is that your buddy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He's not the only guy looking into this. There's a number of ink rakes looking into the rare meat trade.
Sure. It's not my problem. I'll find something else.
All right, that's an extra dice. Roll it up. So you got
Fuck.
a 4.
Good enough.
Okay, you get it in you, and it lessens the harm, right? It doesn't stop it entirely, but like you collapse at first, and you're being poisoned also, but then you like, jam this needle in, and so you're gonna take level 2 harm, but you can resist it to knock it down to 1.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll your prowess.
Hey, 6.
No stress
So I
for
don't
you.
take stress.
And you're at level
So
1
I'll
harm.
take
Yeah, also just...
Black
It's not Black Lotus.
Lotus.
It's not Black Lotus.
It's Devil Root. Is that what it is?
It's just, I don't know, poison.
Okay.
Get murdered
Generic. poison direct.
Yeah. Concentrated bleach. I don't know.
Here we go. Bleached coffee.
Although maybe I could have done standstill. Like if they poisoned everybody with standstill, and then they drove by in a cart, right, and just shot the shit out of everybody.
Sure. I
Um,
was just saying because I'm immune to it. But yeah.
So you guys collapse. Everybody collapses out in the place, but the two of you keep to your feet. Most of the people in that diner end up dead.
Okay.
Right.
But he did leave a piece of paper with you, right? And it does tell you that you're looking for the lost rail station. The abandoned rail station in Coleridge.
If only I was a physiker. I'd save my friend.
Yep. So what we would actually do now is roll into some downtime because that was its whole own score, and then we can carry on with the actual score against them.
Cool.
So let's take a break. We'll take 5 minutes and be right back.
Say it.
5 minutes, y'all.
Say it.
I said it.